Welcome back to Casual Bias Rugby. The Box squad has been announced to take on England in the Rugby World Cup semi-final. It's not what I was expecting. It is unchanged for this game. Now, before we get into the lineup, I've seen a couple of people say, listen, the Box might be overlooking England. Now, it's fair enough that the fans are overlooking England, okay? Because, as you know, we are cocky South Africans. They blame the ref, as always. But you know for a fact that the boys running on the field are not the ones overlooking England. I think the boys know, listen, England are coming for revenge. England hasn't been the best, okay? But we know they'll be up for the battle. And our boys will be up for the battle as well. We need some momentum going into a final. We need to put out a statement performance. So let's get into it. As always, starting off with the front row, we got Steven Kitshoff, Bongi Mbonambi and Frans Malherbe. I mean, Steven Kitshoff, big game for him. Of course, he struggled against France. I'm not going to beat around the bush. He's one of my favorite players. Plays for the Stormers as well. But he struggled. You have to call a spade a spade. He's always one of our standout performances. But he struggled in that game. I actually thought we might throw him on the bench for this game and give Oxenchair some extra minutes. Have him start. Of course, we didn't do a predicted lineup because I thought we were going to announce the squad a bit earlier and I forgot to do it earlier in the week. So, but I had Oxenchair in my predicted lineup. But I mean, you can't go wrong with Steven Kitshoff. I think Steven Kitshoff will want to right his wrongs from last weekend. He'll be up for the battle. So he's got the number 1 jersey. Bongi Mbonambi in that too. Of course, a video clip of him going viral saying, "This is for South Africa. This is for South Africa." When Andre had to kick the ball and we're speaking about the chase. He's been an absolutely standout leader every time that Siya Kolisi goes off the field. He's taken that position, made it his own as the secondary leader, and he's been absolutely brilliant. I think the same with even if Malcolm Marx has been out of the squad, I think Bongi Mbonambi knows he's got some big shoes to fill, and I think he's filled it brilliantly. Whether it was with the ball in hand, scrum time, captaincy, everything. He's just been a standout performer for us. Moving on, and then you got Frans Malherbe, the pride and the trust of the team. The guy that does not know how to scrum backwards or get scrum backwards. Frans Malherbe always just does his job. Like 7 to 8 out of 10 performance, day in, day out. He's like that silent warrior. He's almost at every breakdown. He doesn't get taken back. It's just, he goes under the radar because he doesn't get the steals necessarily that Steven Kitshoff does when it comes to breakdown. But when we are on attack and he gets to that breakdown, you know that ball is safe. So Frans Malherbe always there. And then of course you got Vincent Koch to replace him later on in the game. Always on the bench. Eben Etzebeth, Franco Mostert as the locks. Eben Etzebeth showed why he's the best lock to ever do it in that game against France. I mean, I saw a photo where they said the biggest mistake that the French made last weekend was giving Eben Etzebeth 10 minutes to rest. And I mean, after that 10 minutes that he went off, because he was brilliant before the yellow card, but as soon as he came back onto the field, he was absolutely immense. The guy was unstoppable. I mean, that try that he scored, he had 3 backpackers and just took them all over the line. I mean, insane. The performance that Eben put in there just showcases the absolute class that he has. Of course, you got Franco Mostert as well. Franco Mostert, as always, just the workhorse. He's absolutely brilliant. And I mean, for a while I thought, listen, we might struggle in the World Cup without Loer Jager, because I love Loer Jager, because just the way that he runs off the shoulders usually, he's brilliant in the line out. And Franco Mostert, I have to admit, I saw him as an impact player, like a player just bring from the bench, have him run at tired bodies, have him do some work with the tired bodies on the field. But he's taken that number 5 jersey and made it his own. He's been absolutely sensational, like nothing short of sensational, since he's been in the starting lineup. Moving on to the Lucies, you got Captain South Africa, Captain Rugby, Captain Everything, Siya Kolisi. He had a bad game against France. Okay, would I call it a bad game? I would say an average game. It was a quiet game for Siya Kolisi. So he'll be up roaring for this game. He knows, listen, he's got to step up. This is a big game. It's a semi-final. The final 2 games. Could this be the final 2 games for Siya Kolisi for South Africa? I don't know, because there is talks about him retiring from South African rugby after the World Cup. But he's got to show something this weekend. He is the leader of the squad. We need him to show up. Because after he went off at about, I think he went off at 45 minutes, 50 minutes. And then Kwagga came on, and Kwagga was insane. Like, there's no words to describe that Kwagga Smith performance. But we'll get to the bench when we get there. Okay? Pieter-Steph du Toit, as always, workhorse. I always say Pieter-Steph looks like that guy that's almost too stupid to know, listen, I might be getting tired. My body might be hurting. He just keeps on going. So, Pieter-Steph, of course, the big man for us. Dwayne Vermeulen. Now, I actually would have gone with the 6-2 split. I thought it was going to be Willie that drops out, Jasper Wiese that comes in, Jasper Wiese that starts, and then you have Dwayne Vermeulen on the bench just to finish off the game. I thought Jasper Wiese is going to come into this team. He knows how to play against these English teams, because of course he plays for Leicester Tigers in the Prem. So I expected Jasper Wiese to be there. But there's no Jasper Wiese. Dwayne Vermeulen once again gets that 8 jersey. The experience. I can't believe, I know I've said it a couple of times, and people have also been saying this. You can't believe that Dwayne Vermeulen at his age is still the number 8 for South Africa. And it's not that we don't have other 8s. He's just the best of the lot. He's absolutely brilliant. He's rolled the clock back 20 years, said, listen, I want another World Cup to my name. And his performances has been showing it. He warrants the starting lineup. He warrants that position. So, crazy. Moving on to the back line, and these are the surprises. Well, as I said, I actually thought Faf and Andre is going to start this game. Not that Reinach and Manie Lebok had a bad game against France. I thought they were absolutely brilliant. I just thought maybe they'll want to give Andre and Faf some more game time. Just nullify the England pressure at the start, and then bring on Kobus Reinach and Manie Lebok when the game starts to open up a bit. But it looks like Reinach and Manie going up first just to run at that England defence. The England defence is a bit leaky, so we could have a field day. They could be having a brilliant day. Unlocking that defence, getting our wingers active on the ball. Damian de Allende, Jesse Kriel as a centre combination. I thought we might see just because Jesse Kriel looked like he died after the game against France. If you haven't seen that photo, it's absolutely crazy. It's a very cold photo. But yeah, Damian de Allende, once again, one of those players that just keeps on going under the radar. So underappreciated, but I think he's just shown to the world once again, I am the man. I am the man. I mean, he is the guy. Just absolutely brilliant. I love the guy. Of course, Jesse Kriel at 13 played his best game ever against France. And I mean, I'm not talking about flashy running rugby that he played. Just the pure heart, fight and desire that he showed. It's just immense. Moving on to the back three, you got Cheslin Colby, Kurtley Arendse, Damian Willemse. I'm not even going to speak about them. All 3 of them have been class. Okay? Very much class, especially Cheslin Colby. People have been doubting him, and he's just shut them up. Like completely. One of his best games against France. And people are I saw someone on TikTok speaking about Colby, saying he's in the GOAT conversation for wingers. The guy's played like 30 caps. I mean, the stuff that he has achieved for South Africa in 30 caps is absolutely insane. Moving on to the replacements, you got Mr. Fine Wine himself, Dion Fourie, the Steamroller Auction Chair, Vincent Koch, Mr. Bench. And listen, I speak about Vincent Koch being on the bench a lot. But I love Vincent Koch. I think he's absolutely brilliant coming from the bench. I just never want to see him start, because it's this big thing that he always plays, but he's always on the bench. So yeah, those are the 3 front row replacements. Of course, RG Snyman and Kwagga Smith, the other 2 forwards replacements. Now, a lot of people have been calling for RG Snyman to start as well. But I mean, above who does he start? He's been brilliant coming from the bench, but most of his performances has been up there. Even it's the best they ever do it. So, RG Snyman has to be on the bench, but I mean, I don't think he minds being on the bench. He's been sensational. Every time he comes on, he just does his thing. Kwagga Smith, of course, it's like a Jack Russell. The guy is scary good. Like, scary good. Moving on, you got Faf de Klerk, Andre Pollard, Willie Leroux. Faf de Klerk and Andre Pollard, that experience in their system to see the game out. Of course, they can enforce the penalties. Faf de Klerk, probably the best defensive 9 in the world. And then Willie Leroux, of course, the experience from the back, knows how to read the game. Let me know what you think about the lineup. See you next time. Thank you.